Hey, this is Notser, and we're in the North Carolina on the public test server 0.6.5. There's not really a good reason for that, though. It's not really a patch related to ship balance. This is just me screwing around with it on Haven. It's a pretty standard defensive build. I'm not going any aircraft carrier because I don't expect any aircraft carriers to be played. Yeah, it's funny how that works out, right? So, the enemies initially deployed in such a manner where we could easily exploit them, and oh my. Friendly Amagi did a good job there. And I was very interested in taking out that target because he is actually detecting me for his team. Or he was. Now this Hipper, I let him, but it looked like he was slowing down, speeding up, changing his angle, doing something to scrub off speed for sure. It ended up not working out in my favor, and now he is actually inside of my range, willing and able to scout me for my team. So, the North Carolina. The North Carolina, still a really, really fun ship to play. Still really stealthy, honestly, maybe too stealthy at this point, compared to a lot of cruisers that have to sacrifice their stealth. Ooh, okay, well that's a good salvo. That have to sacrifice their stealth for maneuverability, right? I can basically one-shot a cruiser, whereas a cruiser has to work very, very hard just to get a little bit of chip damage on me. And then I can drop back off of detection, as I'm doing right now. That is the way you play late-tier American battleships. You set up a good shot, you hope that your friends can take damage for you, you try and exploit any weaknesses in their defense, and then you drop off again. Enemy Hipper looked like he might have pulled a Notser. Thomas, 661. We are going to try and rotate around the island, and then I'm going to fire my gun at the enemy Hipper. That's the plan. Just going to move the camera up, see a good idea. Where is he? Elevate the gun, fire maybe a little bit too high. But it's going to go right into the superstructure, and it should be able, yes, should be enough to kill him. A lot of overpen. If I would have dropped it a couple pixels, I probably would have killed him with 1 or 2 shots, but it's always dicey when you fire over an island. You're always going to have to deal with, is he coming away? Is he close? Am I aiming right? How fast is he packing up? Is he going forward? Did I elevate, change the angle, drop it down after I confirmed the distance correctly? You know, that sort of thing. Enemy Bismarck pushing forward. We are, of course, not going to ever drop off, so guns hot. And I'm hoping, because of my distance from my friends, I don't have to worry about any angling whatsoever. Angle? What's angle? Just do damage, Notser. And you could just see how different it is playing on a server that doesn't recognize you versus one that does. I could never actually do this play on my home server. No way. No way. 2 or 3 of those battleships would fire on me 100%. And some of you go, oh no, you're just... Believe me, I play on my server. I always have people who recognize me and then, oh, he recognizes him. Maybe that means he's someone who I should shoot at. And then someone who has no idea what's going on, they'll probably be like, do I want to fire at the 10-kilometer range or the 12-kilometer range? I think I want to go 12 because, ooh, that person was mentioned in chat. It's a reality for anyone who puts a face on their character. It's just the way it goes. It's okay, but I could never actually do what I usually am doing or would like to do on the live server. I would just be, oh, he's broadside, killed Notser, there we go. But on the public test server, there's a whole host of people. They don't recognize me. Maybe one person in every 3 to 5 games. Oh, Notser. So, enemy French cruiser. I really wanted to exploit that he was showing his side, but he dropped off detection, and I don't think he wants to fire. I don't think he wants to do anything of the sort. Now, my team's doing okay. Well, okay. We're probably going to win the game. My goal is to survive, though. I'm working on the Hunt for Bismarck. If you didn't watch my other video, it's kind of interesting. They're putting in a historical campaign, and there's going to be some collection with some cool camos as a reward. And Hunt for Bismarck is obviously the key feature of it. And the goal is to win the game and also survive. That was the goal. So every time I fire, I'm considering where the enemy is, trying to make sure I am ready to fire, angle back, or slow down, or speed up, and then drop off detection, set up a new shot, and then do it all over again. And this, it's hard shooting French. French are very maneuverable and fast. Very fast. We get a little bit of chip damage on them. I think I'm outside of the effective range of the enemies, though, and they're probably going after the friendly Charles and the, you know, be my guest. Be my guest. I will just continue moving forward at my above average speed, hoping that someone decides to be all they could be and come towards me so I can shoot them. The North Carolina's always been, well, not always. Well, for me, the North Carolina has always been really fun and effective. I've got games that are a year and a half old at this point, maybe 2, where I'm in the North Carolina and I'm wrecking face. But back then, the North Carolina did not have the accuracy it does now. It received a massive Sigma accuracy buff at some point, maybe a year or 2 ago. Not a year, 2, but maybe a year ago. About a year ago, it received a buff for its Sigma. And it turned a ship that was very brawly, very close-in range, into a ship that was very accurate from range. So you saw people start getting better with it. Where I'm over here going, I guess I just played it correctly the first time. You know, because of the lack of accuracy, you've got to get closer to the target. I prefer to get close to the target either way. I don't like long-range engagements. They're not very fun for me. I'm hoping that this hipper, oh gosh, at the time I'm like, he's slowing down. I can feel the slowdown. And I try and like draw it in, you know, obviously 10 seconds away. We're aiming at if he's like 3 or 4 seconds away, but he was coming to a complete stop, and in fact has come to a complete stop, so we overshoot him. I always hate that moment. Is he going to speed back up? Is he going to slow down? Is he going to come to a complete stop? What is he doing? That's the moment in time where you're like, what should I do? Should I fire now? Should I fire later? Drop off detection, of course. Most of the enemy seems to be interested in firing on me now, so he's backing up, but I sense that he's stopping again. Yeah, look at the smoke. So I lead him in as he's going forward, because I think he's going to just move forward. I don't know why he's stopping, reversing, going forward again. Either way, we do 9,000. We don't get a citadel. And we're not close enough that me dropping off my detection would still be detected. You know, the weapon bloom. God, that weapon bloom. Isn't it? It's just unbelievable. 23-kilometer range on the gun. And it blooms all the way up from 11.8. It's just... And then you'll play a battleship at tier 5. It'll have a range of, you know, 14 or 16. With the ship detectability being 15. It'll bloom like 1 kilometer. Makes absolutely no sense. But I guess it's a gamey function. I guess these 406mm guns are really impactful on the ocean versus the 356 from something like a New Mexico or a, gosh, I don't even remember. Is it 356 or it's small caliber? Texas. New York was considering wanting to pull the trigger on the North Carolina. He is potentially showing his side, but I am trying to wait and see if he'll commit to firing. And he does commit to firing his gun. However, Bismarck is a potential target. He's showing a ton of his side. Enemy cruiser, absolutely. I would love to shoot the cruiser. It looks like he's going to have to maintain a fairly straight path, hoping that we'll hit him. That's what the battleships fight with, right? Should I fire? Should I not? Should I stay or should I go? And I decided to fire on a target that's way more maneuverable than I'm actually giving it credit for. Enemy hipper coming forward. He will absolutely be my primary target. Now, the Hipper. It has 27 millimeters of armor in its bow. I have a 406 millimeter gun. I can overmatch that. So that's where I shot, and look at the dispersion. Wow, we got lucky. All of it in the nose. Don't even think about it. 406 can overmatch, and he's going, oh crap, he knows. We take him out before he can drop his torpedoes. And that's just what you know. You just learn that as you play the game. Oh, Hipper 27? Actually, Hipper has 27, right? Hipper has 27 now. Yeah, 27. 27. Did I say 25? It has 27. It is immune to shell calibers less than 381, I believe, AP. You have to overmatch it by 14.3 of the gun caliber, or of the armor. 27 times 14.3 is 381 or 382 or somewhere in there. Obviously, 406, way higher. Enemy Bismarck looks to be on approach. I am going to try and set up my guns on my starboard side and then do a joust with the Bismarck. At least that's what I was going to do. The Bismarck's front, I'm trying to think, is it 20? Is it 32? I need to revisit that. But I doubt seriously that I could overmatch it. And yeah, he wants to run into me. Okay, well, we're going to try to rotate around him, and thankfully my friends take him out. We can use this gun cooldown for the French cruiser. So it looks like he's moving away slightly. Elevate the gun, and of course we get a citadel right at the end of the Charles. And I'm sure he's just thrilled. This is where the French are bad, when they're close. You gotta be 15 kilometers plus from your target to avoid it. It's just one of those things. Easily should be able to finish this off. Doesn't matter any angling whatsoever. We just need to try and get a single shell on target. So I move it around, make sure that it's spread out evenly, and yes, we do. We indeed take out the target. And there is only one enemy ship left. Enemy North Carolina. Poor North Carolina. Oh, great. Oh, great, indeed. There's only 3 ships on my team that are dead. He's got 9 ships to deal with. His back gun's looking at me. His front guns are rotating. I fire at the waterline way behind him. Way behind him. I should have moved it probably 2 ticks forward to hit the target correctly. Just a really bad shot. It's just the way it works out. I should be a little bit more angled than I am. I'm a little open, I think. I should only really use my front guns at this point. And yeah, I think he gets a citadel. He certainly does a lot of damage, but it's not going to be enough. We will indeed survive this game and have a pretty good game. So we accomplished some of our Hunt for Bismarck tasks. 2, in fact. We did 123,000 damage, 3 kills, 1,860 base XP. North Carolina is a solid ship, all AP, of course. 1.3 million was fired at us. North Carolina, really good ship. Shocking, right? Yes. It's really fun to play. Hope you enjoyed seeing it. Hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you next time.